Hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Monday, July 20th, 2026. Happy Monday. You know, we don't tune in to the Monday's a bad day because for us investors and traders, that means the market is open and we can get to this money. The market is attempting to rebound after a difficult week, but political risks remain elevated. Brent crude pushed above $90 a barrel as military exchanges between the U.S. and Iran intensified over the weekend. Meanwhile, the semiconductor sector is trying to stabilize following last week's sharp sell-off, which intensified after the release of Moonshot's AI new open source model. This week also brings a major wave of corporate earnings, including Google, Tesla, which are both $1 trillion tickers, and then IBM and Intel. There are no major economic announcements scheduled for today, so geopolitical headlines, oil prices, and company-specific developments may have a greater influence over the market direction. So today's question is simple. Can buyers build on this pre-market rebound, or will higher oil prices and geopolitical uncertainty bring sellers back into the market? I track the headlines, the data, and the market levels, so you don't have to. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mantra with our mindset. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I'm the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's get into some data. The fear and greed index is now at 37, so we are right in the middle of fear. Let's see. Bitcoin is around 64,000. Gold is around 4,000. Ethereum is around 1,800. The VIX is around 18.16. All right. The Asian markets experienced additional pressure after Moonshot AI introduced its Kimi K3 open source artificial intelligence model. That announcement increased concerns around global AI competition, future infrastructure spending, and the valuations assigned to leading semiconductor companies. This week's earnings could help determine whether buyers return to technology with conviction. Alphabet, which is Google, and Tesla both have earnings on Wednesday, along with IBM, and Intel will report on Thursday after the market closes. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's Daily Law before we get into the charts. Title, Be a Source of Pleasure. Daily Law, be lighthearted and fun. Being lighthearted and fun is always more charming than being serious and critical. Today's law is about understanding what people naturally move toward. Most people already carry problems, responsibilities, and personal pressure. They are therefore attracted to people who bring energy, encouragement, perspective, and relief. That does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to take every interaction heavier than it needs to be. Listen when people explain their problems, but do not become another source of negativity. help them regain confidence, energy, and momentum. An energetic presence is more attractive than lethargy because energy signals engagement with life. Style, preparation, and emotional balance also matter because people naturally associate those qualities with discipline and elevation. Long-term investing requires the ability to remain constructive during uncomfortable periods. That does not mean pretending every company or market condition is positive. It means focusing on opportunity, preparation, and long-term progress instead of allowing fear to dominate every decision. When sentiment is weak, disciplined investors continue studying companies, reviewing valuations, and preparing for future opportunities. Be a source of confidence for yourself by building a process you can trust. For day traders, your emotional energy can influence every decision you make. If you begin the session frustrated, fearful, or desperate, you are more likely to force trades and misread normal volatility. Approach the market with alertness and curiosity. Respect the risk without becoming consumed by it. A clear and energetic mindset makes it easier to wait for confirmation, follow your levels, and accept the outcome of each trade without carrying unnecessary emotion into the next setup. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get on these charts and get to these levels, y'all. First up, we have Nvidia currently in the pre-market at 205.81. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 202.63, followed by 201.65, 198, 195.05, 192.35, 189.80. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 206.64. Once we get to 207.75, we have entered the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone that did not allow Nvidia to break through it last week. Inside that zone, we do have a level here at 211.05, and then the top of the zone is going to be 214. Next up, we have Apple currently in the pre-market at 332.60. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 331.27, followed by 329, 326.80, 323.45, 319.70. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 335, followed by 336.70, 338.50, 340.30, and 346.45. Those last three levels are all in price discovery land. Next up, we have Google currently in the pre-market at 348.53. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 347.35, followed by 341.35, 335.70, 330.20. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 349.50, followed by, we are currently in the gap, and the gap will be filled once it hits our next level at 352.30. And above that, we have 358.24, 363.50, and then we get into our Smart Money Concept resistance zone that starts at 367.08 and goes all the way to 376. Next up, we got Microsoft is currently pushing pre-market lows on this candle. So current price is 389.15. To the downside support, the pre-market low is 389 even, followed by 385, 378.65, 373.35, 367.45. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 395, 398.40, 406, and 412. Next up, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 248.49. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 246.71, 243.60, 240.90, 238.25. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 248.59, followed by 250.25, 253.70, 258.05, 261.20. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 408.16. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at $400. And then we get into our Smart Money Concept support zone, which starts at 399. Inside that zone, I do have a level at 394.10. And the bottom of this level is at 386. If we get under that, we can go to 380.65. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 409.83, followed by 410.25, 415.95, 421.95, 429.90. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market. It's pushing pre-market highs on this candle. Pre-market. So current price 378.30. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 370.92, followed by 369.90, 357.80, 351.50, 347.75. To the upside resistance, we got after the pre-market high, we got 386.75, and then we start our smart money concept resistance zone, which starts at 392.10. I do have some levels inside the zone. 395.89, 399, 402.25, 407.50, 412.70, and the top of the zone is 414.65. Next, we got Meta Platforms. Currently in the pre-market at 647. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 642.50, 638.35, 630.30, 626, 615.45. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 649.20, followed by 652.20, 660.15, 666.60, 667.75, 681.90. Next, we got SpaceX currently in the pre-market. Push a pre-market lows on this candle. Current price 125.34. To the downside, we got the pre-market low of 124.80, followed by 122.10. 117.65, 111.40, and 105. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 126.48, followed by 130.30, 135, 139.35. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market at 384.15. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 380.78, followed by 377.20, 373.90, and 368. We are currently in the smart money concept support zone. So all those levels I called out were in the zone, including the pre-market high, which is 385.70. If we do get out of this zone, we can go to 395.30, 399.35. Next, we got Berkshire B currently in the pre-market at 490.50. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 490.10, 488, 486.15, 481.05. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 492.50, followed by 495.80, 498.10, 503. Next, we got Eli Lilly currently in the pre-market at 1177. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low 1175, followed by 1172, 1161, 1151, 1135. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 1183, 1187, 1196, 1200, 1218, and 1230. Next, we got SPY currently in the pre-market at 746. To the downside support, we got 744.07, 740.80, 738, 732.10. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 748, followed by 750, 75, 753.60, 755.60, 756.65. Next, we got QQQ currently in the pre-market at 701.70. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 697.12, followed by 686.75, and then that's the beginning of the gap. The gap goes all the way down to 682.82. If we break that, we got another gap down here that starts at 677.50 and goes to 676.73. If we break that, 668.90. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 703.75, 713.60, and then the beginning of our smart money concept resistance zone here at 717. That goes all the way to 726.37. Next, we got IWM currently in the pre-market at 294.83. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low 294.67. Followed by 292.95, 291.65, 290.70. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 296.55, followed by 297.80, 299.95, 301.50, 302.25. All right, those are our levels for today. Let's get this money out the market, y'all.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube Live. Let's get this money out the market, y'all. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.